Anglers Extra.
Welcome back to the Anglers Extra pregame show. Josh Schaefer joined by Coach Tom Holliday for today's Manager Show. Coach, thank you so much for joining us.
My pleasure.
How was your off day?
What off day?
That's a good answer. So you did have an off day for the team yesterday. What was the routine? Did you have them out working out?
We had a small, short practice, and I don't think anybody broke a sweat. We just had a couple ideas that we needed to cover on defense, and so many guys need to play catch out of there. I hope they all spend a little bit of time in the water to, freshen up their bodies a little bit. But it was a good day off. Good timing for a day off.
A couple guys activated yesterday. A couple guys released. Now Michael Bush getting his first start today. What have you liked from Michael Bush so far?
Well, I haven't seen a lot of Mike, and I think he and Ashton. I'm going to play Ashton at second base, and McGee at first, and. Again, we're facing a right-hander, so I think it gives them the best chance to have success. And we've got to score more runs, and I'm going to keep looking for combinations to score runs, and they're going to get their shot at it. And Austin Wilhite's a guy that we hated to let go or lose or whatever, but he needed more at bats. He needed a better situation to play in, and so losing him, we lose our speed guy off the bench. But again, the way this league works, 30's your max. So we're close to being finished on making our moves.
So you guys, like you mentioned, you guys got to score more runs today. You're going up against statistically the best pitching staff in the league. You guys are number 2, but also one of the worst offenses in the league. And you're throwing Kyle Hurt today, a guy that has had some success this season. What has Kyle been working on since his last start?
I think Kyle's working on the mental part of this thing. He's a starter all during the college season. The advice he was given was to stay home and don't do anything this summer, and he was wise to come to Cape Cod to put himself in front of the pro people and to keep getting better. And you know what? Pitching against a wooden bat has got to be fun when you're a guy like Kyle Hurt. So by coming here, I think what he's doing right now is he's just showing people his pro tools, and he's loaded. I mean, he's got 4 great pitches, and we're going to keep his pitch count under control. And I know you guys were wondering about Manoah the other day, but I told you what it is. It's a 4-inning start. It's not going to change.
Yep.
And by the end of the season, I want Hurt and Manoah still here, and that's when it comes time to try to win something.
Now, obviously, you have had a lot of success as a coach at Oklahoma State. You're now a broadcaster for Oklahoma State, and there's no secret that you have a few Oklahoma State guys on this team. How do you benefit as a coach, along with your coaching staff, for having players that you've seen before on your roster?
Well, both of those guys I got to see a lot of during the season, and they're both here for different reasons. And believe it or not, Colin Simpson caught every day, and he's here to learn another position. And, Jake Taylor is ticketed to be the catcher next year. And, again, didn't catch it all the last 6 weeks. So he's got to get caught up and more or less see if he can catch every day. And in the meantime, we're trying to work Colin in left field. And on our time off, away, and extra work groups, we're working him at second and third base in hopes that he can play those 2 positions in the future for his career.
Now, you said that Colin Simpson's here to learn a different position. He started in left field every one of his starts, but he has taken some reps at second base with Randy Whistler before even practice or workouts even begin. How long do you think it is until we see him maybe get some starts at second base or in the middle of the infield?
I think probably in 10 days. If I had to put a time thing on it, and we got 13 games in a row, and inside trying to win those balls, like the other day with all the guys we had, we were down to 1 guy on the bench in an 11-inning game, and you might see Simpson have to go behind the plate, you might see him play second base, but at least now when he goes there, it won't be foreign to him.
Last question, Coach. You just mentioned it, 13 games in 13 days. What's your message to the team?
Find out whether you're a man, and it's one of those things where everybody says they want to play in the big leagues, but they're going to get a little taste of it. And, I try to explain to them from this point on, that lineup's going to have 2 or 3 guys different every time we play. Learn how to come off the bench. Just because you're not in the lineup doesn't mean you have a day off. And as you saw the other day in that 11-inning game, the guys that were getting a day off, they all ended up in the game. And when you play professional baseball, if you're lucky enough to get to the big leagues, a day off doesn't mean a day off. You're liable to pinch hit when the game's on the line. So now that they're going to learn how to pinch hit, or they'll learn how not to pinch hit, and we'll lose. But bottom line is, day offs are going to rest their legs a little bit, but never rest their mind. There's something to be learned at whatever you do, whether you're a late inning pinch runner or a pinch hitter, you know, learn how to do it well. Why not? What are you here for? You know, and it's not a vacation. They know that. But there's a little subtle challenge to the ball club right now.
Coach, thanks so much for joining us. Good luck today against the Mariners.
You bet.
He started the conversation by saying that there are no off days and 13 games in 13 days. That's 13 consecutive broadcasts for Cooper Boardman. Let's go back to him as the Anglers Extra pregame show continues.